Muvizu sets, knock out the walls. Hi, this is Rob. Later on in this video, we'll be talking about using a camera feed as a mirror. An interesting idea that someone else had that I came upon. But right now, we'll be looking at the idea of using secondary sets as camera feeds into items like props and monitors. Okay, in our first example, there'll be a flashback scene over on the left, and we're using a camera feed from the secondary set that's to the right. Okay, the camera will pan towards us from the alarm clock, past Ben, and past Max the cat, and finally the camera will look out the window to see that it's daylight. Then the camera will move to the center of the room, introducing the wheelchair for the first time. Okay, it's 7 a.m. Let's start. Okay, we're moving away from the alarm clock, moving towards Ben. Okay, we're passing Ben. He's waking up. Max is commenting. And now we're looking to see that it's daylight. And here comes the flashback scene.
Daylight.
Brief flashback scene here, introducing the concept that something's going on with Ben. Okay, Max has moved to the center of the room.
Scoot down,
and
off
now
the
we
couch.
see
I wanna
the
roll over to that computer.
wheelchair for the first time. Another element of the story and a key element of the story. Okay, that's that complete scene. Now let's look at how we did the flashback scene. Is really what we're here for. Looking for where, from this point of view, where is the set in relation to the set that we're shooting from. Oops, there's a second Ben and a second wheelchair. A lot of extra stuff on this set that's not being used for this particular scene. There's also a third camera feed, which is not used in this scene. Okay, there is our flashback scene. We're clicking on it to see where the camera is. Not in that direction. See more of the set that way. Okay, we're moving towards the wall. And there is the camera in that direction. Yep, there it is. We have to get rid of the wall so we can see what's going on back there. Lift the wall. Whoa, way away. Now, there's our what we'll call our secondary set. Behind all that extra props and characters you see there that are for the next scene. So make a practice of not having all that because it takes a lot of extra resources. Now here's the flashback scene. There's another Ben in the flashback, and the camera, and the whole set. So there's where it came from. And we'll just turn to look back to our set to get the relationship between that and our shooting set here. Okay. And there you can see how easy it was just to set it up. You could also handle this through editing. Okay, let's go to the next one now. We're going to feed a monitor on the left from two camera feed sets on the right. Each are secondary sets. And we'll switch between them at the monitor. Okay, here's the actual scene. Ben snoozing and dreaming. He's also heavily medicated because of an injury.
It's a trap!
That's Emily, his girlfriend.
Launch detected.
And Ben is fearful. So let's see how we did that that monitor feed there with two secondary sets. This is the set view for that scene. Okay, we come around and we know it's got to be in this direction because the last one was. Select the camera, it is. So let's see what that looks like. Get rid of the wall. Okay. Okay, now we'll move back just to see the relationship between the shooting set and the two secondary sets there. Let's move over there to see what's going on. So it's actually very simple. Some explosives, a backdrop, and a camera for each scene. And then we time that, as you see below, the keyframes, to time that to go with the dialogue that's going on.
It's a trap!
And it worked out.
Detected.
Okay, so just to get a little closer. There's the camera, the backdrop, the character, and the explosive below. Okay, now we're going to look at a camera feed used as a mirror. As I said, an interesting concept that I found. It's not my idea.
Side so I can
Here
check
we see our characters before a mirror.
Martha,
It's working
I feel
pretty
better
well.
today. It seems like I'm thinking more clearly.
The doctor is cutting back on your
And then
payments.
we can move it to the scene. All right, you can see the mirror plays a fairly big part in giving us some dimension in this scene. The mirror is very helpful, so I'm glad that I found this.
Out of here, and your regular
The setup that
back
somebody else had
place.
invented.
The doctor says if you practice walking, your back will continue to improve. This may be our last bath together, Mr. D.
Okay, so let's see how that works. This is the set. Moving toward the mirror, we'll look to the left side for just a second to see another camera out there in the side area. That's another room. Some of the scenes are shot through there. And now we notice that the camera actually sticks through the mirror, which is interesting. How does that work? I'm not sure that it has to, but it does. But you can see it doesn't matter because in the actual camera view, the camera doesn't show up. The camera is not visible. So that's allowable if that works out for your angle that you need the camera to point clear to protrude clear through the mirror. It'll work. There's our camera that makes our mirror from the back. Okay, we knocked out the wall, but you can see that the center of the mirrors is a backdrop. It's still there. And that's all it is a backdrop, which is handling the feed from the camera right behind it. So it wasn't really that complicated, but it gives really good results for some types of scenes. It helps make a small room look a lot bigger. There you see it. Just the backdrop hanging in the air. And in the backdrop with the mirror. So I hope you enjoyed our Muvizu presentation on sets.